Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Chaffee for S&S Storm Chasers as we take a look at the severe weather risk for today across the northeast and northern parts of the mid-Atlantic states. You can see that the Storm Prediction Center really didn't modify it too much from yesterday in terms of the risk area. It has marginal risk in northeastern Maryland, much of Delaware, all of New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, most of southeastern New York State, and then extends up into all of New England as we've got some thunderstorms that are going to be breaking out during this afternoon and into this evening. And you can see them here. I'm just going to show you, again, it's the usual model differences going on with regards to how these thunderstorms play out. We've got the HRRR model, which emphasizes a line of storms that develops early this afternoon. You can see them here. This is for noontime today. It has a few cells in northern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, and then kind of a gap to some cells that are in eastern Massachusetts. And then a broken line develops and moves through southern New England into Long Island, back to about New York City, and then the cells become a little more scattered as you go back through New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And then that part of the line fires up for late this afternoon. Of course, we can never seem to have uniformity with these things, and when we look at the 4-kilometer NAM model, it has a different view, and I think it has to do with the fact that the model seemed to be keying on two little, let's call them upper air disturbances that are moving through this afternoon, with the one model keying on the lead disturbance, which is the HRRR, and the NAM 4-kilometer is keying on the second one, which comes through late this afternoon and this evening. So you can see what happens with the 4-kilometer NAM here. The first line really just falls apart, and then you have a second line that fires up behind it, and this comes through at around 5 or 6 o'clock, but it isn't all that impressive on the NAM 4-kilometer, and then out it goes. So you know what? It is what it is. This is not a particularly strong, severe weather threat in terms of the profile in the upper layers of the atmosphere anyway, so we'll see how it plays out. And then drier air comes in for Sunday and Monday and Tuesday of next week. So at least from that standpoint, the weather's going to be calm over the next few days. I want to take a look at the tropics because they are kind of busy to some degree, even though we are no longer watching Earl, which has moved inland and continues to move westward. So that's pretty much done. But there are a couple of areas of note. One is low pressure. A bit of a trough of low pressure is settled into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico, and you can see here there's a flare-up of clouds. This started yesterday and continues today, and it looks like it's one of those things where it flares up in the daytime, kind of diminishes at night, and flares up again during the day. And it's also the type of system that needs to sit here over a few days if it's going to develop. The other thing to look at is that we do have a tropical wave that's moving north of the Leeward Islands in Puerto Rico this morning. And that's continuing its track to the west-northwest. No imminent development of this is going to happen. But some models are actually trying to spin something up north of the Bahamas once this system gets there in a few days. So we'll watch to see how this plays out. And then there's one other wave out in the tropical Atlantic, and you can see it out here. But at the moment, conditions are not all that favorable for development out in that part of the world. So there you have it. You've got the tropics and the latest look on the severe weather threat. Of course, we'll keep you updated on any breaking severe weather later today, both at S&S Storm Chasers and at my website, meteorologistjoechaffee.com. So have a great day and a great start to your weekend.